back.
Oh, yeah. You gotta get sweaty. You gotta get sweaty in here. It's time to get sweaty.
This video is brought to you by CyberGameway, with an emphasis on exposing streamers of all types, as well as exploring business relationships with partnered websites and service providers. CyberGameway is the place you want to be for streaming gamers who want that sub bump. To apply for membership or sponsorship, head over to cybergameway.com.
So Project Tango came home, and I'm interested to do all this. The guy for whom I built this is an artilleryman in the army. He drives around in those Paladin tanks, and I also built a Black Widow for him. It's a laptop that I did a mod of, and I upgraded some of the stuff. So this will be the third project I've done for him. I'm not really so much upgrading Tango as I am sort of starting over, because he decided that it is now time to come into the present. So you all know that I'm a huge believer of the AMD, the Sapphire Nitro Plus RX series, so I put one of those in here. I also have, there's a, let's take a look at the list. AMD Ryzen 2700X, ASRock Steel Legend B450M, you guys know how big a fan I am of those. T-Force Delta 3000 megahertz RGB RAM, 16 gigs of course. Sapphire Nitro Plus 8 gig RX 580. Samsung 650 EVO 120 gig. I don't know why I did that. Oh, because it's the boot drive. He didn't need much. And then there's a 4 terabyte hard drive in there for all his games and stuff. Seasonic 850X 850 watt power supply. This is a custom made case that you'll see in just a second. Case fans are Thermaltake Ring 12 LED RGB 120 millimeters. Those are coming out. Cooling is a Dark Flash DT120 AIO, which I was never really happy with because, as you'll see in a second, it didn't really fit. And then the keyboard was a Rocat Arvo, which I custom painted for him. So we're just gonna get back into this. I really loved making this thing. This is one of those things where it was like a labor of love, and I really hated letting it go because it's just such a cool build. Oh, this thing looks just as good as when I let it out the house. Oh, look at that thing. Oh, it is so freaking cool looking. Look at this. So, I shit on this case because I think it was like, because it was like, it had all Thermaltake stuff in it. And I was like shitting on it. And then I realized that it's an NZXT case. Now, this is back when I liked NZXT. They've been having a really bad couple of years. So this is like one of the coolest cases I have ever worked on. It's a great mod, and for what it was great. But he wanted to upgrade the GPU, and he asked me, he's like, will a new RX card or will a new graphics card fit into Tango? And I said, not only no, but hell no. Those were my exact words. So he's like, all right, well, we best get to work. So I hate to do this, but we've got to pull everything out, decide what we're keeping, and then get all new tech and put it in to this thing. This is a Cooler Master Box something. What is it? I don't have the box, so it's a Master Box something. So I'm going to do something similar, but it's a bigger case. It's much more open, as you can see. A new graphics card is going to fit into this thing wonderfully. So new graphics card, new processor, new motherboard, new fans, What else? What are we keeping? We're not keeping. New Cooler Master 240 AIO. I'm a huge fan of Cooler Master, and one thing I really, really like about this is the magnetic screen on top. But also, there's plenty of room for an AIO and the fans. So this will be a lot of fun to throw everything up, because when you're building a computer with water cooling, the best way to do it, as we all know, is to put the radiator up top. So that way the water's flowing up and it's flowing down. It's kind of like a water tower. So you have a nice constant system of going. I think I've got an idea for this. So let's go ahead and get this and this downstairs to the workshop. We'll pull all this out, see what we're gonna keep, and we'll start working on this. So let's go to the workshop. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so as I've said many times, that I love Cooler Master cases because you won't find a whole lot of them. I mean, every kind of class of case has its place. You have, you know, your run-of-the-mill thermal take case, but then you also have the P1, which, you know, is really, really nice looking, and at the same time everybody has one that, you know, ever hopes to do any water cooling. But then you have, you know, like the Cougar, whatever, like the Conquer and the Conquer 2, the really, really out there ones. But I've always liked Cooler Master because aside from like the Cosmos, they don't really have a whole lot of seriously like out there cases, and I enjoy that because I've always been like, the more out there you go with the case, the harder it is for me to work with it. Like I just thought, well, there's the idea and that's it. Like, I've seen people work with the Cougar Conquer, and what they end up coming out with, it's nice looking, but you didn't do anything with it. Mostly, I mean, if anything, the only thing, the most profound stuff I've seen with stuff like, I'm stepping on the most profound thing I've seen with a Cougar Conquer case, Cougar Conquer. Most profound of the words. The most profound thing I've seen with those types of cases is people will take the water reservoir and the pump, and they'll mount it to the outside. Whoop-de-doo. With cases like this, and I hate to say it, but it's not so much this one, but with cases like this that are more, you know, kind of timeless, I can do more with them. Unfortunately, not so much with this one because it's got a tempered glass panel. So I mean, already we have to, oh man, there's fingerprints all over this thing. So already we have to pay attention to what we're doing because tempered glass breaks badly. We're going to be using polycarbonate this time, which is a bit more expensive, but it doesn't crack. So this time I'll be riveting it in, and I like that idea a lot. We went to the hardware store today, and they didn't have any of the paint that we want. So the idea is that we're going with Desert Tan. So at this point, there's no much to say. There's no much to say, but take it apart. Okay? Already. Woo! One thing I will say about Cooler Master though, their stock case fans are terrible, and I've tweeted at them about this, and like, they look nice, but they're terrible. They really, really are terrible, because PWM fans apparently just, it's too much of an overhead for them, even though it costs like 70 cents more to make. Oh, okay, that's how that comes off. Well, that's interesting. Okay. So it just basically, it just goes, okay. There's these little nubs here, and I didn't even pay attention to this before. It just goes in here, like that. Right there. Just goes in here. That's... Yeah, well, there we go. So that just comes right off like that, and then we're going to put this somewhere where it's not going to shatter. Oh, well, that's rather comprehensive. Got plenty of space to mount an SSD, which we're not going to be using. I can see this is already going to be a problem. Right here, this is where you put the hard drives, and that's going to be an issue because the power supply probably comes to about here, maybe. So that might be an issue. Hopefully it's not, but I'm thinking it's going to be an issue. So we'll see. This is kind of a compact case, so I guess I shouldn't be all that surprised because things. All right. Okay, and then this just bends right off and comes right off, so this will be easy to work with too. Simple, easy to use, and look at that crappy ass fan. Do it.
I want stickers like that.
Mm-hmm. You sound like that one hyena from The Lion King. Mufasa. Ooh. This is kind of the wrong way to do it, but fuck it.
Did you already take the other screws out of the dish that work from this build?
They're right here. Or they're right here. Yeah, it's like putting a car back together. I mean, there's always extras. That's, you know, they give you they give you extras. It's crap. They're really crap. I was wondering why there's screws here and there's it's this side of the hard drive bay which can come out. So if we weren't using a hard drive, that would make it a whole lot easier. The whole cable problem, which I'm sure we're going to run into. Like, I'm more or less sure that the power supply is just going to be, it's just going to run up against, you know what? I mean, it's workable. It's workable, and I'm glad I kept this. This came off of TANGO. So, I mean, I'm glad I kept it. I wish they made one for a CPU cable. Cool little thing. This is also a Cooler Master part, so we are in keeping with the theme. But yeah, this is gonna be, if we weren't using a hard drive, but we are, so this is, okay, we're gonna have to play by that one. Grommet is a funny word. Okay, I think that's all the screwing we're going to be doing. Oh, wait. Standoffs. Stand up! Stand up! Stand off! Alright, so all is well. All are in different pieces. This is good.
Is that one piece?
What? This? Yes. So now that we've got all this apart, now it's time to clean all this crap up again, and then tomorrow we paint. I'm gonna do white for the motherboard bay and the desert tan for the outside. And I've got something special in mind for that. So we will see you next time.